lived a lot of places, including China, and I have a total obsession with China. You too? Dude, let's talk after the show. Geek out. Go all Sino. Yeah, so I'm just totally obsessed with it, and the times that I haven't lived in China, I've wanted to find something to do with China, and so I ended up teaching English as a second language for several years to, well, what ended up to be the entire Chinese population of Montpelier, Vermont, which was 7, and they all worked at the China Star restaurant, so it became very clear where our teaching venue would be. And we had a great time, you know. They'd be done with the day selling all their rice and stir-fried this and that and chow meins and everything, and we'd sit down and I'd start teaching them English. And one of the most touching things that has ever happened to me happened with one of the men in that group. He came to America from Fujian, and he came to America seeking a better life for his family, he hoped one day, but he had to come over alone at first. That's all the money he had to do so. So he was alone in America, and he was sending back money all the time, living in a little room with 5 other guys and working at a Chinese restaurant in Vermont. He was a doctor when he lived in China. And he was just hoping things would get better and better. And they didn't. They didn't. And so one day he came over to my house, and we started doing these private lessons because he always said, well, 已经45岁了，我不会学习英文. I'm already over 40 years old, there's just no way I'm going to learn English. And I said, oh, ni hui la, you can do this. So we got together at my house several days a week, and well, this one night he showed up, and he was crying. And I said, 你怎么回事? What's wrong? And he said, 你自己看吧. He handed me a letter, and he said, look for yourself. And I opened it up, and it was a letter from his wife, and it said, 你已经在美国4年了. You've already been in America for 4 years, and I don't think you're ever coming home, and I don't think your child and I are ever going to be able to come there to be with you. 我想开始新的生活. I'm going to start a new life without you. Consider this the end. He lost everything in that moment, every reason he had to be, and I got to witness it, and it's a really special thing. It's an honor. So that's where these songs came from, and Kai and I wrote them together when we met. The first day I stepped foot in this fair country, border man took my paper,